welcome to your favorite and final episode of Now You Know By. Let me quantify that. Final episode of 2024. I don't want to say it's the final episode.
Hey, whatever happens, happens. I'm just so welcome to be welcome back. So I've been on a hiatus for quite some time.
I know.
All the other special guests that have been here since my last visit.
You know, you got us off to a great start, and it has been an amazing year here on the pod. I think I didn't, this was your idea to start a podcast a couple years ago. It was,
yes.
You're like, hey, we have all these great communication avenues. Let's start a pod. And I'm like, oh, great. Well, another thing to add to the list of things to do.
Yeah, and now look at
us. Right. Now look at us. But
Josh should bring over the coffee cup and the hat. And
right. But it really has been an awesome tool. I mean, you and I are out at places. I was just at the holiday lunch. Josh will attest that some girl comes running up to me. Hey, I just have to tell you, I love Now You Know By. People listen.
You have the fans out there. It's great.
Good. I think it's a great way, whether people are on a run, walking their dog in the car, they can listen and keep up with what's going on. So thank you.
Do you listen to yourself in any additional speed than one?
Let's go back. Do I listen?
Oh, even better.
I don't. Is that awful?
That's not bad at all.
Should I be listening?
I wonder, as you interact with people, I'm just always wondering, like, do you listen at 1.5, 1.25?
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm always at 1.5
and I talk pretty fast.
You talk pretty fast, yeah?
It's funny because there are podcasts, and I'm like, how do I slow them down? Because I have a hard time keeping up.
You can slow them down, too.
Yeah, I need to figure that out. I said this is the final podcast of 2024, and it kind of is funny and ironic way that we always say Happy New Year, right? And we're going into the new year and we don't know what's coming up ahead. We really, in my mind, should be celebrating everything that happened in 2024.
What's that catchphrase? Happy previous year.
Happy year past. I don't know. You're right. Happy old year. I don't know. But
way to survive.
I thought it would be kind of cool to just do a recap. I think you and I can look back at the last couple budgets and you would say, in your words, there's nothing like sexy in it. Like nothing, what was there? In this one, there's a salt dome, right? But like what we had that was sexy other than roads or things, but so much got done in the last year alone. So I just kind of wanted to take a look back and celebrate that, if you will, as we head into 2025. I know there's amazing things coming up, which we will share weekly or so on the podcast, but thought it was a good opportunity to take a look at what was accomplished in 2024. And I think some obvious things, Victor, are parks, right? We celebrate parks. They're visible all the time, but we had 2 new parks open this year.
Yeah. We had the Northwest Park, which has been on the docket for quite some time, and that's really cool. It's right off 12 Mile, just east of Napier, and it's a nice kind of passive park with some rustic and natural play structures. So that got opened up, and then the splash pad, which was one that's been in the works for a long time, but finally got opened this summer, and to rave reviews. Tons of kids going out there and enjoying all the different features it has. But yeah, the splash pad and Northwest Park were 2 big ones that our parks department really did a great job.
Can we talk parks without talking pickleball?
I always forgot. Yes, we don't want the pickleball nation to come after me, but yeah, those pickleball courts back at Wildlife Woods and over at the Meadowbrook Commons, huge.
Yeah, so we added at Meadowbrook Commons and at Wildlife Woods, like you mentioned. I think we doubled, maybe even tripled our offerings with those pickleball courts.
There's always a lot of pickleball, so
yeah.
The eternal struggle between pickleball and tennis courts is ongoing.
What do you got? What's top of your mind for?
To your point about sexy projects, the road construction was a huge topic of conversation. Lots of traffic out there for the last couple of years with the flex lane on 96, so that was causing a lot of stuff. But when that was going on, We have Wixom Road that we got done really, really quick, and that allowed us to then do an overlay on Beck, do an overlay on 11 Mile. So, there was some lot of headaches with all the road construction, but once we got Wixom done, that really alleviated and gave us some more time for our contractor to get out there. So not only those big roads, but our neighborhood roads, a lot of the construction was happening around there. So we had a lot of stuff done. And then finally, the flex route finally got done. So that's going to ease up a lot, hopefully next year.
And speaking of finally,
Yeah.
Meadowbrook Road reopened. It was closed for what, 2.5?
At least
years, almost 3, I believe, years between 12 and 13 Mile, which means that the Great Lakes Water Authority is finally completed the redundant water main project in our fair city, right?
In your fair, and specifically where around you live. So yes, you can finally go northbound to Meadowbrook from 12 Mile.
Yes, you can, and it's beautiful. And the impact that had to the north end of the community, especially with the flex routes, and then when we had Novi Road the year before, and we had
13 Mile when they're doing that. Yeah.
So, all of these other projects wreaked havoc on traffic in and around Novi. Are you telling me that things look good in 25 for road? I mean, I don't want to talk.
It all depends on where you live. So yeah, it's great until it's by your house. So yeah, I think the southeast corner, we're going to get into some road construction on Meadowbrook south of 10. Then you got 9 Mile Road. Over on the northwest side, we have West Park, which is planning to have some work. And then 13 is going to have some more work on it, but it's east of M5. So it's M5 to Haggerty.
M5 to Haggerty. Good stuff. That's good. And you know what? We sit here and jest and talk about the finally, or my gosh, the flex route took all of 2 full years. But the impact that the infrastructure improvements have on our community is, it's second to none, right? Small heartache. Going forward, we're setting ourselves up for huge success and maintaining what we have.
Yeah, and you really can't quantify that or qualify that because, stuff's not breaking all the time. We're not having sinkholes, knock on wood, or other stuff like that because we have maintained and are, by the grace of our great councils we've had over the years, have paid attention to that and made sure that we've had the funding necessary to make those improvements to have a sound and secure infrastructure.
Looking internally, I know that the public won't see, but maybe they will see. Internally, our Novi city staff has made a commitment to a new initiative which we call Team Novi. I'm sporting a Team Novi sweatshirt today, with core values of trust, team, commitment, and innovation. And I think we've always held ourselves to a very high standard as far as customer service and the services, quality of services we provide to our residents and businesses. And I think this initiative, which we have fully embraced about 6 months ago, maybe.
Yeah, it's about 6-7 months ago. Yeah, I think so.
I think people are really going to see an enhanced, even more enhanced level of service. And I know it's something that you don't take lightly and or for granted. And the service that we provide is paramount to everything that you believe in.
For sure. And just like we put the attention into our infrastructure and the backbones of our community for the infrastructure wise, the same has to go for our staff. And just like every other entity out there that we see, both in the corporate world and the retail world, it's, having great staff is paramount. And we need to make sure that our staff has what they need and has that support system they need to offer the fantastic service to our residents. My wife's going to give me grief for saying fantastic. But that's what's very important. So yes, Danielle, you've had her on the pod before. She's our assistant city manager. She's done a great job leading this effort and leading. We have a team, Novi Next, that helps coordinate these efforts. But yeah, we're going to keep on seeing more Team Novi stuff. Hopefully very often. I kind of keep that engagement happening.
So let's go back. What is my friend Catherine's angst with fantastic, or do you say that a lot?
She says I say that a lot. Yeah.
Really?
So if you go back in all the old pods or speeches or whatever, I joked with you, and I had a speech that I came to you, and I said I think I had something in there like 5 times. So I apparently say fantastic and often.
Is that your word for
I
2025?
apparently I got to come up with something different.
You got to come up with a new word.
Please email us at.
Speaking of making sure you have the tools our employees need, this is like one of my big things for 2024. Kudos to Josh, Trevor, Damon, Jeanette, our team, and you for supporting this amazing initiative. I think the level and quality of our broadcasts, podcasts, our video productions has gone up exponentially, and the quantity. So it's a great new tool for
sure.
our community relations.
And I think we've just kind of scratched the surface of all the different functionality this has, because yeah, you're right. Damon, Josh, and Trevor and the team, really, if you look around here, we can't like go through, but I mean, there's a lot of different functionalities and different sets and color schemes we can go with. So yeah, there's a green screen over there we haven't used enough. So hopefully I can be like flying around the city and pointing
That would
stuff
be
out.
cool.
Yeah, I know it
You
would.
want to be flying across. I think Emerson was in the green screen.
Oh yes, I think Emerson really enjoyed the time when we had the kids in the city here for
Yes.
sure.
What else you got? What else? Anything
You know,
else for
economic
2024?
development wise, we've had a lot of new businesses join the area. For some reason, I think we're going to be the hub of burgers and chicken places
Chicken.
at Town Center and Novi Road. So we have the Houston Hot Chicken. We have Shake Shack. There's going to be it's not this year, but next year, Raising Cane's is going to take the place of Wendy's. Burger 21 was joined by Five Guys. So that in conjunction with Red Robin, we have all the burgers and chicken places you want. Tour Le Jour is open up just east of there on Grand River. And then what was that place that opened at 12 Oaks? Anthropology. I don't shop there yet, but apparently my daughter will at some point.
It's great.
Yeah. So there's a lot of cool new places coming to the city.
So, economic development wise, I think it'd be remiss if we didn't mention our chamber relocated to a much more visible location on Main Street. Anyone that's been to the Main Street area, I mean, you can't miss now the development. I mean, I've been here 22, 23 years, and it's been the dream to
It's been in the works for 22, 23, 25 years, yeah.
To develop, and we have these beautiful townhomes going up along Main Street, and the chamber moved their office there. So it's in Sakura. So when you look north of Grand River, just across from the Main Street area, we have Sakura, which I drove by there over the holiday. I was shocked how quickly that's coming along.
Yeah, I think they have turned over some of those buildings to the tenants, so you're going to start seeing those being opened up possibly spring, summer of 25.
That's amazing.
And those residents you're talking about, those townhomes, we already have residents living in Main Street. So that with having those residents there is going to definitely fill some of those openings we have in Main Street for some time.
Right. So, the chamber relocated
That's
to
awesome.
Main Street, and under Katie Farah's leadership, I mean, just doing very well too as far as economic development and providing professional development opportunities for businesses. So that's exciting.
And it goes without saying that your 8 years on the board of the Chamber of Commerce should be recognized and appreciated. So thank you for that time.
Thank you. What else you got, boss?
Our friends at Catholic Central should be celebrated as well.
Good
They
too.
opened their STEM building, which is a very, very impressive, fascinating new addition to that campus. So if you ever go over there, they have a old Blue Angel plane hanging from the rafters of this new STEM center they have there, and they did a great job fundraising for that. I think it's up to $30 to $40 million addition. So it's a really remarkable addition to that campus. So all the students at Catholic Central are going to flourish, but have the opportunity to actually get their pilot's license while being a student at Catholic Central.
crazy.
So it's unbelievable.
That's crazy. And I don't think it stops there. I think that they've come in and are discussing expanding the campus as well, right?
Yeah, I think they're going to make some changes to their athletic facilities, and then they have purchased land west of the city in Lyon Township. I'm not sure what they're going to do with that yet, but yeah, there's constant growth going over there, so it's really exciting.
Very cool. We talk about economic development and businesses and the schools' role and importance. Novi Schools too opened the 5th and 6th grade house this year. So their expansion, their commitment being, what are they, number one, number two?
At least, yeah.
It off and on every other year, the school district in the state. So we're super blessed. Talking about education and something that was unique, and I thank you for our team. And when I look back on 24, I'll never forget our time spent with the Living and Learning Center.
Oh, yeah.
And our commitment to them there just south of 8 Mile. I don't think people realize it actually is
That
Novi.
is 8 Novi, yep.
And the programs that they offer educationally, socially for those with special needs. And I thank you because years and years ago, Novi began a partnership with the older adult transition center at the high school. And we now, Jason, who has become a rock star producing video for us, we had Sue J. Coley, who was a Novi High School grad and attends Ferris. He worked with our team this year, but now Jason is a regular and producing video content. So it brings so much pride to not only myself, but our community relations team. And I think the community to see the offerings that we provide here in Novi. We talk about being a diverse community, right? And we celebrate that with Japan Festival, India Day, a variety of different events and programs. But like those on the spectrum or those with neuro challenges, to offer opportunities and be welcoming and accepting. I thank you for that.
Yeah, no, and it's been part of our culture for quite some time. And you're right, Novi Schools does a fantastic job. And being with the holidays, I've interacted with family members from other states, and they don't have that kind of support system that we have here. So we're very blessed, and we take that for granted, I think. So I just think that it's across the board on all states have that, but it really isn't. So
it is not.
We're really blessed here.
And I don't even think all cities do, Victor. I think we are unique in that. So thank you for that. What are we going to round it out with? 2024. What's?
I think it's just the constant growth and the redevelopment. We were remiss to talk about, Bush's has been remodeled, that whole subdivision, that whole
one.
strip mall at 10 and
it's
Meadowbrook.
Beautiful.
It's great. So I think you're going to keep on seeing more of that happen throughout the city. And so just looking forward to some of those new stores and new additions to the city. It's going to be really exciting.
That's good stuff. Looking ahead just a little bit to 25, what are you most excited about?
I think there's some decisions that City Council is looking to make here in the next actually few weeks about some big projects that's going to involve public safety, new facilities, police stations, fire stations. So really, it's been kind of front and center for some time. So I think we're really going to move forward with that. So that's going to be really exciting.
That's good stuff. And we got some special meetings coming up for those that are interested. We'll talk about that on the pod too, so that people
whoever
know.
that host will be, whoever your guest will be, we'll be talking about that. Yeah, but yeah, no, 25 is shaping up to be just as exciting as 2024. So looking forward to it.
Good. And of course, we couldn't do any of this without you, our listeners, and your involvement in our Novi, right? It's our residents, our businesses that make Novi who we are. I mean, you give us the heart. You are who we do this for each and every day. So your constant engagement, good and bad, but the good so far outweighs the negative that we hear. And we're so blessed for that. Our Ambassador Academy, again, will kick off this spring. And, it's these opportunities for involvement in your engagement that give us the desire to keep moving forward and being better and making Novi all the best it can be.
For sure. So keep on visiting and interrupting Cheryl at dinners around town and thanking her for her celebrityness.
Yep.
So
whatever. But I think it's a wrap. I think 2024 is a wrap.
Yeah,
Good.
just like what was that, Spotify rap? We should do the Novi Pod rap and see what
We did one.
We did one?
We did one.
Oh my gosh.
We have three people that we are in their top.
No way.
Josh, am I correct?
That's fantastic.
Yeah. So it's
we
very
should find
cool.
those three people and have them on here.
That would be fun. I wonder how we could do that. That'd be very cool.
If you're one of those three people, email again.
I probably met them at the State of the City.
Walsh at cityofnovi.org.
Come on, Victor. Stop. Thank you for joining us on this last podcast of 2024. And we will sign out with Now
You Novi.
Take care.